Good evening, Tiger Nation. Welcome back to your Breck Live coverage of Breckinridge County Lady Tiger softball here. We are going to have a matchup today between two teams hungry for victory, and both teams are going to think they can go out and grab it as the Lady Tigers host the Lady Bulldogs coming over from Elizabethtown and John Hardin High School. I'm Rob Garrett bringing you the action tonight. Maybe joined by someone later. If not, we're rolling. John Hardin's coming into this game 3-10 on the season. They've played 13, so not really a lot of games played at this point in the season. Lady Tigers, by contrast, have played 19. But John Hardin not without threats. They've got four players hitting over 300 with a large sample of at-bats. That's Abigail Moore, Addison Cheney, Patricia Gregory, and Lillian Wiley. And those are all upperclassmen, so 3 seniors and a junior in there. Kind of a contrast for the Lady Tigers, who have a lot of youth on the team. But here comes Haley Wiley stepping in there for the Lady Bulldogs here to get things going in the top of the first. She is hitting 290 on the season, looking to start things off with a base plate appearance, as that is just a little out of the zone. Got Ava Arms on the mound. Picking up another game. She's pitched a lot this season. That's on the ground. Should be routine, and it is. First out of the game, always nice. Settles the nerves. Here comes Lily Wiley, number 12. One of the Wileys, of course, Haley, a junior, Lily, a senior, and you wonder, could they be sisters? Maybe. She's got the pullover on. It is a little cool, I guess, but I think it'd be a little hot in that. Strike thrown from Arms. And we'll be interested to see if we can get this game in here on senior night. We recognized Avery Drain before the game as the lone senior on the team. So hopefully they can get the game in. I won't talk about Thunder etiquette unless they put it into play. With one down here in the top of the first. It's a 2-1 count to the elder Wiley. That's drifting foul towards the baseball field. Fighting Tigers on a tear. They've won 14 out of their last 15 now. Atop the region, in fact. And Coach Jeremy Bennett last night, win number 200 as the manager. But they're off today. 2-2 here to Wiley. Now that swung and missed, but the throw not in time down to first, so she will reach. Even though she struck out, she's able to run down and beat the throw. Number 33, Patricia Gregory. Here's Patricia Gregory stepping in. Again, she's hitting 300 on the season. It's a nice average to have. Wiley's going to advance to second, standing up. Comes around the bag. As this is it's an area where the ball gets away with the bases being so, or the backstop being so far, it's pretty much a guaranteed steal. Arms gets that one in low. Kept in front that time by Bennett. 2-0 though. The third base coach for John Hardin giving some advice. Say don't swing at any bad pitches. It's easier said than done sometimes. Said this at the right at the top. Both teams are going to think this game is one that is there for the taking. John Hardin could get off to a good start here with some runs early, but Arms has a chance to get another strikeout here and a second out. It's building an early moment here in the game. You got to think, unless something outrageous happens, Arms is going to be pitching all night. She's by far the most used arm this year. And she got the strikeout that time, well held behind the plate by Bennett. And here is number 6, Addison Cheney, also senior, also hitting over 300, as we said at the start. So these are the players that John Hardin wants to see in the box with runners in scoring position. Wiley is being very, I guess, free and easy out there at second base, but nobody's really coming over to cover. That gets by. Wiley's up. And you got to be careful there because nobody really came to cover home plate. If Wiley had her head up, she may have rounded third and been able to get that base, but wasn't really looking for it. 2-1 to count, 2 outs on the scoreboard. It's on the ground. Should be routine at first. All right, and that's out of the jam. No harm done. No hits allowed. So that's a good defensive inning. I know the runner got on via the strikeout in the dirt, but no hits allowed. 2 strikeouts, and then well, not really strike out, more like a strike and run down. And 2 ground outs that were routine. Something that the Lady Tigers have worked on a lot this season, and something that if they do well tonight, they have every chance to win, is making routine plays. When those are there, confidence rises, and right there in the top of the first, I think I'd be encouraged in that home dugout. Because there have been games where those throws may have been a little errant and not really on target, but so far not tonight. And now the home team's got a chance to do some damage and extend the lead. As we'll get it going with Josie Mitchum here at the bottom of the first. On the mound for John Hardin tonight, that is looks like Cheney, if my vision is, yes, that is Addison Cheney. She is leading the team in starts. This will be her 6th, according to KHSAA. Thrown 468 pitches, 4.77 ERA, 21 strikeouts, 23 walks. That's got to be something that the Lady Tigers are, well, hopefully they're aware of. In the scouting report, when you see a pitcher that has more walks than strikeouts, maybe make them get you out. Don't help them out. And we'll see if they do that. Although, knowing Josie as well as I do, if there's a pitch that's close, she's probably going to swing at it, and she'll probably make some good contact. A lot of downtime in this inter-inning moment. But looks like we're ready to finally get things going with the home half of the first.
Starting things off for the Lady Tigers, it'll be number 23, Josie Mitchum.
As Cheney looks to deliver her first pitch of the game. Fouled off to the right. And there's that pitch in the dirt. I say that pitch in the dirt like it's going to happen a lot, but who knows? That one bounced a good 4 feet, maybe 5 in front of the plate. As Cheney looks to settle down, she may be afraid to throw another one in the zone after that first pitch. That one high and in, puts the count to 3-1. You got to figure as a batter, a strike is coming. So this is a good count for a hitter. Of course, you may bounce another one up there. We have to see. Hard hit on the ground. Bobble initially, and the throw not in time. Mitchum heads up, base running, is going to get to second. No problem.
Mitchum lands at second. Up to the plate, number 00, Ava Arms.
You know, I'm not the official scorekeeper. That ball was hit well, and you can't really fault the second base player for making the effort to flip it, but definitely a throwing error. So Mitchum's going to third. She's thinking about it. See, that's what Wiley did not do in the top of the first, and John Hardin could have had a run. But Mitchum wisely does not go. So we're going to score that a hit and an error off the Mitchum single. Arms in there now with a runner on third, ready to score and take the lead. It's a massive gap between second and short, and that's where it goes.
Base hit, and a run scores for the Lady Tigers.
That is just what you want to see for the home team.
Number 1, Ava Kate Bennett.
Arms with an RBI single. Ava Kate Bennett looking to keep the good times rolling. It may be early, but in a game that is right there to take, this is just what you want to see. Cheney looking to settle down. Oh, there goes Arms with the steal. She's there. Up. Not even getting the pants dirty.
Arms in at second.
Bennett checking the sign. I always think that's interesting. They got that big wrist guard with all that information. Arms. Out there. The infield, again, is much closer. If Bennett takes a good hack at it, of course, she's 3-0. She's probably not swinging at this. But I don't know. That's maybe they're thinking she's going to try to lay down a bunt. But infield, especially to the left side. And there's a strike. It's hard to swing at the 3-0 pitch. But that is a walk. First and second.
Bennett heading to first. Going up to the plate, number 11, Mallory Lucas.
Now, this is not what Cheney wants to see. One of the strongest batters for the Lady Tigers, Mallory Lucas, the freshman, at the plate. She has the ability to put this one anywhere in play or out or over the fence. And you can see the infield now. They are back. That's probably a good idea with number 11 in the white pinstripes in the box. Cheney's got to be unsettled at least. She hasn't really got anything going yet, no outs, and never really had a chance at one. Yeah, first pitch ball as Cheney looks for the zone. But Lucas, she knows what to do if it's in there. And arms, every pitch goes at least a third of the way towards third base. A little more alert second base play, and they might catch her. Oh, that's a sore one as Lucas fouls it off the foot. She's taking a little stroll, walk it off. Plenty of dirt out there. Two and one. The count. Now Cheney again goes a little wayward. Oh. And okay. Lucas, this is a hitter's pitch. Oh, he came around on that one quickly. That foul out of the over the home team bleachers. That's one of those, if she straightens that out, it could be disappearing over the horizon. And that is the second walk in a row from Cheney.
For number 14, Zoe Lewis.
No outs for the Lady Bulldogs, and Zoe Lewis steps in with the dream scenario of batting with the bases loaded. That's a fair ball. That's going to score 2 as Coach White gives the signal. Oh, but I'm afraid Lucas caught.
Out at third base.
So 2 runs batted in from Zoe with her single.
Lady Tigers, Zoe Lewis in at first base. Up to the plate, number 7, Peyton Kennedy.
Almost looked like Lucas hesitated going. Probably better off holding at second, but it is the it's a 3-0. 3-0 lead. Cheney looking to deliver to Kennedy. Oh, and that somehow the execution not there because Lewis was just toast. But she's able to reach. I guess that'll go down as a stolen base. It's unexpected situation. As John Hardin looking to execute some of the intangibles. And the 2-2 pitch coming from Cheney. She's yet to record an out herself. Full count now. Had a lot of those. Lewis, what is that? So casual. Almost daring the throw to be made. And that's ball 4.
Ball 4. 1 out. Runners at first and second for number 25, Kendall Carvey.
Kendall Carvey coming up as Cheney walks her third batter of the inning. And with Lucas being thrown out, that is the only out, and that was hardly a pitcher created. So Cheney may be on borrowed time. That throw not in time to third base.
Runner safe.
As that pitch was sort of rolled in there, gave Lewis time to get up there and Kennedy to second. Carby surely not going to bunt now. 2-0 as Cheney's still searching for the zone. We'll see how long the Lady Bulldog, I'm not saying it's time for the hook yet, but she got to get things under control. Now 3-0. Looking at their bullpen, they have Briley Varney, who has recorded the most wins for them. She has 2. She's also pitched the most, but you never know. Could be tired. But that's a 4-pitch walk. Here comes Lewis. Oh.
Runners out at home.
And both outs for the Lady Bulldogs recorded off base running mishaps from the Lady Tigers. So you figure just stay, and you'll probably get walked in. See what John Hardin has this mound visit here. 2 outs, though, as Cheney has thrown 4 walks. He's also given up 3 singles.
Coming up next for the Lady Tigers, number 10, Carly Pike.
Carly Pike stepping in, left-handed. Found that out last broadcast we did, even though she's been in my class all year. So you got to think the intel is don't swing unless you have to. Whoa, swing at that. That is driven into left. Pike, she might be out, but the throw is not made. She was done. But a good hit from Carly. A run batted in. Here's Marianne Coleman. This would be the 9th batter as the Lady Tigers looking to bat around in the bottom of the first. And they could have. Oh, that's up high. Second base. Look. Oh, no communication. Both runners are going to plate there. Just didn't see it called, and that's heads hanging. Now going to 6-0.
Score for the Lady Tigers. Back at the top of the lineup, number 23, Mitchum at the plate.
That will be scored an error, as they had to only have about a foot of space between them. That's where the ball fell. Mitchum in there. There goes the runner. I might even just say, don't even go, because we've gotten ourselves out twice. But, I mean, that one I guess you could. But be careful out there. This could be a big inning. It has been for the Lady Tigers. And Mitchum has the ability to find the gap and score another with Coleman. So looks like some potential pain in the catcher's area for John Hardin. Here comes trainer Abby for the home team. You know, let's revisit a early storyline. Both of these teams coming into this game haven't had, they probably thought the season could have gone a little differently, but this game is a game that you could feel good about winning. You look at, there are some common opponents both teams have played, but you can't really judge that as a measure of success. But right now, at least, it looks like one team is up for the game, and the other team maybe still, I don't know. Sometimes you travel a long way, you maybe feel like you haven't even gotten off the bus and you're down 6-0. That could be demoralizing. And then you see, she's up behind the plate. Don't want to see anybody injured. That's the worst part of sports. Looks like the equipment's going back on. Cheney looking to get out of this inning, back to the safety of the dugout. Taking a little warm-up pitch to make sure the catcher's okay. She seems to be fine. To continue.
Mitchum still at the plate. 2 outs.
That is pop up towards short. The play is made, but the damage was done. And as we go to the second inning, the Lady Tigers have a commanding 6-0 lead.
6-0.
And the defense has been sort of a contrasted, a sharp contrast. That's what I'm looking for. As the Lady Tigers, 2 plays, 2 balls on the ground, routine throws. The Lady Bulldogs have had some communication errors. They've had some of the hits were just unplayable, though. A couple down each line. Zoe Lewis down the third base line. Carly Pike down the first base line with hard hit balls just where the defense was not. But I think judging the game off of one inning, which what a foolish thing that would be to do. But home team looking good. And now you got to think, to have this position, can't give it up. Can't let them back in. Nothing. You still have to execute. Can't shut down or think, well, we've won, because it's not over. Unless you're hoping now for some rain, but you probably have to make it a certain amount of innings, maybe halfway. I'd have to look up the official. I saw a rule book around here earlier.
Start things off for the Lady Bulldog will be number 2, Kinley Smith.
Here's Kinley Smith stepping in for John Hardin, as Arms still out there. Arms with 2 strikeouts in the first, contrasting the 4 walks from Cheney. Kinley Smith is in 8th grade, hitting .290, so this is a future is bright moment.
Out number 1.
1 pitch, 1 out. Nothing better.
Up to the plate, number 55, Briley Varney.
Here is Briley Varney, freshman. Good pitch from Arms. Gets her to swing and miss. Varney, of course, the aforementioned other pitcher we might see if they elect to go away from Cheney. That's fouled back. Getting some contact. But now down 0-2, Arms has shown strikeout ability twice already tonight. She would love number 3. Okay. Nobody's on base, so no real harm done. Looked like Arms made a little, my bad, gesture after that pitch. Got a little high. That's on the ground. Lucas fielding the throw over, and that one gets away.
Runner safe at first. Next up to the plate, number 15, Kylie Weems.
Now that would be not ideal. That routine looking throw just unable to be secured. And here is Kylie Weems, number 15. Weems, another eighth grader. Down 0-2. Varney was able to put it in play on the 0-2. And that is a called third strike, 2 outs.
Out number 2. Coming up to the plate.
Here is the next batter, Gigi Gregory. I wonder if her friends call her Triple G. Showing bunt. Oh, runner's going. There's a play at second. Oh, but just not. That's a very aggressive base running from Varney, who was, I thought she was second favorite to have that base, but she got there. Gregory makes an offering at that, but Arms seems to be in good form this evening, which is great when your pitcher is dealing. Good from Gregory to lay off that one. Looked close. This is incidentally only Gregory's 5th game of the season as a batter. So she got a small sample size, but only 1 hit so far. 3-1. She has not walked all season. This would be a good time for the first one from the Lady Bulldog perspective. However, she has struck out 6 times in 11 at-bats. Not ideal if that were to come into play. That's what you want to see. Foul ball, and see if Arms is going to come back in there. I feel like she will. Gregory's 1 hit, it must be said, that she has this season did drive in 2 runs. So if she were to put one into the outfield here, she might score another one with the aggressive base running of Varney. Oh, and that was a nasty pitch. Just said, come get it, and then she went to get it, but it wasn't there. It's kind of like you hear that you're going to go see somebody, and then you go in there and didn't even show up. That's probably a similar feeling there. Now, bottom of the second, we had a good look at the lineup for the Lady Tigers because they all participated in the bottom of the first inning. It was a story of really just letting Cheney throw to you. She walked four singles. 2 of the outs were base running errors. And then the last fly, a little pop out to shortstop. So you figure in the dugout, you say, look, y'all, if you get on base, just don't do anything silly, and we'll get this lead even larger. As Arms, she did single. She had the advantage of Mitchum on first in her first at bat. Or, well, yeah. Or was she on second? I can't remember. Second, throwing error. Yep. So with the runner on, that changed the way the infield was playing. So she just hit one that was through a large gap between second and short, and that scored Mitchum. Cheney in her warm-ups has rolled several pitches in. Got to think, make her get you out. You know, I wonder if Ava has a nickname. I think the Battery would be a good nickname. Double A? The Battery? Strike thrown. That's good from Cheney. Good first pitch. And that infield just, I guess they're expecting the slap. They're just so far up. That is off the net. Quick 0-2 for Cheney. She hadn't had this position much, and now she'll be able to see what she can do pitching ahead. In the dirt. In case you needed to know who is batting, the dugout with a nice chant. Probably can't hear it on the microphone, but it's loud for us here. And for the fans who braved the potential weather, there's a few folks out there. Seeing a good home team performance. Well, now Cheney's just put herself in a pickle. Had an 0-2 count, 3 straight balls. Arms, an aggressive base runner, got some speed. Don't want to put her on for free. Oh, could have a play at first. Arms is quick, but the throw was faster.
Out at first. 1 out. Next up to the plate, number 1, Ava Kate Bennett.
Bennett steps in. She walked in her first at-bat. Checked her wrist. It probably said she might walk you. One 0 on the way. There's a strike. Outside. Have to go and get that one if you wanted to hit it. I don't think you'd hit that one. I think if you swung at that one, you'd be chastised. Or offered a spot on the BCHS golf team. 2-1. Uh-oh. I thought she might have gone, but the appeal came from the umpire. That was close. 3-1. And now, will we see history repeat itself? They say it does. Well, if you ever needed confirmation, Bennett walks again.
Bennett the first, coming up to the plate, number 11, Mallory Lucas.
Mallory Lucas, she walked in her first at-bat. Ridenour to first. And you got, as a batter, even though you're seeing all the walks, you still want to hit the ball. So it is a fine line. But, oh, I think HBP. And this could be, I don't want to say definitely, but we saw a visit. Uh-oh. Well, we didn't have to wait for that. Not even a visit to the mound. I mean, you usually will see not maybe not all the time, but the coach will come out, take the ball from the pitcher. That was just give it to her. And so now we've had a pitching change for John Hardin. Stepping in is going to be Briley Varney, as we sort of hypothesized. She has pitched the most innings for the Lady Bulldogs, 30, but her ERA is higher at 6.77, and her strikeout to walk ratio is less favorable than Cheney's, with 22 strikeouts but 31 walks coming in as the Lady Bulldogs just having a hard time getting the ball in the strike zone. Lewis, she singled to left field, drove in a pair with that single right over third base. That ball is fair, and the throw is in time. Oh, and this is some more base running mishaps from the Lady Tigers, but they're going to get out of it as the Lady Bulldogs do not execute.
Other runners are safe. Coming up to the plate, number 7, Peyton Kennedy.
And those are the kind of plays for John Hardin that you really need to get that out. Ridenour she was caught. And then Lucas could have been caught as well, but nothing done. And so usually if you have a chance to get out of an inning and you squander it, that could be trouble. As Kennedy, she walked in her first at-bat. Got one ball in this one. Oh, ouch. We knew that was heading for her as soon as it left Varney's hand.
Loaded up for number 25, Kendall Carvey.
Kendall Carvey, bases loaded. Walked in her first at-bat. As the Lady Tigers had 2 hit by pitches this inning. Carvey fouls that one down into the dirt. Big moment here. Bases loaded, got a chance to add to the lead. A base hit's going to score a couple. Oh, Ridenour, careful. Don't need to be doing that. We've seen that already. 2 outs in the bottom of the first off of base running errors. Oh, that's hit. Oh, center fielder makes the cardinal mistake of running in on the ball. It's going to score 3. Carvey's coming to third, and Coach White holds her up at third.
3 runs for the Lady Tigers.
That is a 3-run, we'll call it a triple. That's a lonely feeling, probably the loneliest feeling in softball or baseball, when you take a step in the outfield and then you think, oh no, because there's nobody to back you up.
Number 10, Carly Pike.
The only thing that's got your back out there in that situation is the fence, and it's not really going to help you. As the score is 9-0, Carvey's going to try it. The throw is not made. 10 runs on the board for the Lady Tigers, and no throw made there. Almost like she tried to dive and apply the tag and just came up short. $10-0 now on the scoreboard, which now if you're John Hardin, you think, gosh, we got a score. We're going to be going home early. As it's 3-0 to Pike. There is no need to swing the bat. 3-0, the count. And the temptation is going to be there to swing. But if you took 3 pitches, you would walk. But there's the swing. It's in the air. Communication. And it's caught.
And out number 3.
So there was
Out before the Lady Tigers put 4 runs on the board.
some damage done.
Tigers now lead 10-0 against
10 to nothing over John Hardin. And John Hardin's going to have to score now, or this is territory of not just scoring to get back in the game, it's scoring to keep the game going a full regulation. And you just got to figure that they're going to be a little unhappy with the way it's gone. But if they were to come back, we're talking comeback of epic proportions. But they're not going to. If they didn't think they could do it, they'd probably just leave. So they have the belief, and it's up to the Lady Tigers to, well, kind of squash the belief. But we're out here. Rain's holding off long enough for us to get in some softball. 10 to nothing. Home team with the lead. Still no hits for the Lady Bulldogs. I bet they're going to look up here as the there we all good. They might not mind a little soundtrack. That was honestly, I did not catch it. I think it was a ball. We know that's a strike. Oh, it's 0-2, 0-2, 0-2, 0-2. As this is Sophia Alvia. Oh, that was looks like she's
Play number 10, Sophia Alvia.
looks like she's trying to maybe do it's an interesting at bat is vertical. Sometimes you'll see the batters with the bats in unorthodox positions, and they'll take it more to a sort of a routine textbook swing, but she's keeping it vertical the whole time. And that is a called strike.
Out number 1. Up to the top of the lineup, number 11, Haley Wiley.
Here's Haley Wiley. She grounded out in her first at bat. Simple instructions from third base. Coach, get on base. Easier said than done tonight. As they have had base runners, but still no hits. 2-0. Arms behind for a change. Very rare tonight. She has been doing well. She got 5 strikeouts already, and we're only in the top of the third. As Arms is looking to keep these batters guessing, and does well with that. 2-2. Arms were getting a sign from the dugout. I don't know if that was the call. Yeah, roll it in there. Go bowling. I just think that was the setup. The in the dirt was the setup for the third strike. Well, hey.
Come up to the plate, number 12, Lily Wiley.
Arms looking to relocate that zone. This is number 12, Wiley. She has lost the pullover that she had on earlier. She reached base in the pullover. Let's see if it was a good move. Last time Arms got the sign from the dugout, it was the dirt ball. Oh, throwing down. Oh, 3-0. There's some raindrops now hitting the glass in front of me. There's a strike. Some might say double play would be ideal. Uh-oh, that looks like a self-inflicted. Where is that ball? In the dugout, maybe, or something. The umpire calling time. They're going to bring her back to second, I do believe. Oh, a polite reaction from the third base coach. Just a simple thank you. But that was a throw that maybe you didn't need to make. And now, runners around. Oh, that's why the catchers wear that protective gear. Foul back. Bennett looks unscathed. The signal. Oh, I'm not going to. 501, I think. See what that means. Oh, nice from Coleman. And they have a chance at the third, but that's okay. Well done. That ball was hit hard, but Coleman able to corral it and get the out.
Coming up to the plate, number 33, Patricia Gregory.
Here's Patricia Gregory with 2 down. And it looks like with the question, was the pullover removal the move? No. She was thrown out at first. Oh. Uh-oh. And here comes the first run for Lady Bulldogs.
First runner across the plate for the Lady Bulldogs.
And you hate to be playing like the revisionist history, but that throw over to first with the 3-2 count that got away allowed Wiley to get to second. And then there's on the ground. Oh, just under the glove of Coleman.
Runner safe at first. 2 outs. Coming up to the plate, number 6, Addison Cheney.
Here's Cheney. She grounded out in her first at bat. She's also on the hook for the loss in the pitching department. That was well outside. She went for it. It's 1-1. That was well outside. But now Arms has a chance to get the strikeout. One, two. That is in the air, playable. Oh, and a diving snag. That was Carly Pike, the left-handed player with the glove on the right hand. And that is a way to end an inning. One of them. A good one. Bottom of the third on the way. We're going to see some more action from the top of the order after Coleman. Now, if you're the Lady Tigers, you're probably a little sad that you let that one across. Time to go back up by 10, perhaps, or more. As Varney is going to come back out to take the mound. She's moving a little gingerly. Or maybe she just put something in her pocket. Okay, she's fine. Coleman up. She reached on an error in her first at bat. Well, this game, maybe more than some in recent memory, has had a lot of time
Things off for the Lady
between the
Tigers.
innings.
Here's the bottom of the third. Will be number 13, Marianne Coleman.
Coleman's there ready. She's ready to go. Reached on an error. Mitchum waiting in the wings. Arms. Bennett, Lucas, Lewis, Kennedy. Will we see them all this inning? I say yes. And more. Good start for Varney, though. One. 2-1 now. On the ground, 2-2 now. It's Varney looking to get some positive momentum. Those are some big numbers out there on the home half of the scoreboard so far. 6-4. Full count. The Lady Bulldogs have two other players who have pitched this season, but both are probably not going to see them unless things go
Coleman in at first with the
much
ball.
worse.
Coming up to the plate, number 23, Josie Mitchum.
Mitchum, she singled in her first at bat and then flew out to short to end the bottom of the first. She got a runner on first now. That's on the ground. She's got speed, but not in time. And oh dear, Coleman. But the Lady Bulldogs fail again to execute
Coleman is safe at third.
a simple situation. That runner, she was caught. They have yet to do that, but it's kind of upsetting or unsettling, I should say, that the Lady Tigers are getting in so many of those situations. But so far, haven't really paid for it. Arms in there. 0-1. 1 out. Oh. She went for that. 0-2. Excuse me. Infield in. One, two. Now with the 2-2 count. Arms, she grounded out in her last at bat. Singled in her first. That is playable. Oh, just off the mitt. Let's see if one of the Diamond Sports truisms comes true. A foul ball, catchable, dropped. Next pitch, base hit. How many times does that happen? So many. Would you put your mortgage on it? Mm, I'd say yes.
Run scored for the Lady Tigers.
Arms. They probably, I don't know if they could score that as a hit. They might call that a fielder's choice. But it wasn't an out. It reached on an error, I guess. She did put it in play. And you know what? Just to,
For the Lady Tigers will be number 1, Ava Kate Bennett.
for the shameless self-promotion, I'll say that was a hit. Mound visit from John Hardin's coach. He's got a few people, or a couple others, but don't think we'll see the change yet. You got to wonder what that conversation is. Catcher kind of limping a little. She, of course, had that earlier moment where she came up a little hurt. Arms on second. The outfield's having fun. They're out there dancing around. They weren't really in position. And they're playing well in. I don't know if that's a good idea. As Bennett could put one over their heads. But she's got 2 walks tonight. That is going to be Arms. She got third, no problem. I think the catcher's still favoring that right leg. And you got to wonder if they have somebody else who can play that position, because at this point, she's not going to. I mean, that's just, she seems to be in pain. And I don't know if there is somebody else that can put on the gear for the Lady Bulldogs. If not, I wonder what you would do in that scenario as a team. If your catcher couldn't continue, you only had one on the roster. Just put somebody back there and say, catch it. Do your best. Two outs. Lady Tigers have restored the 10-run lead, which would mean an early exit if it held after the 5th inning. Could run it up to 15 now and go home. Bennett, it's on the ground. It will score a run. So Arms crosses. 2 outs now.
2 outs. Coming up to the plate, number 11, Mallory Lucas.
Lucas has been on base twice, neither of them via the bat. One time she walked, other time she was hit. She probably preferred the walk. Last night, Tiger Baseball Junior Adam Howell was hit by a pitch for the 10th time this season, right in the kidneys. He was all right. Made a spectacular diving catch to save the game, as did Leland Board. It was something. Go watch that back. That was a exciting game versus Apollo last night. And that is a strike 3 to end the inning. We head to the top of the 4th, 12-1. 6-4-2, the runs out there, and 0-0-1 for John Hardin. Just at this point, if results hold, the Lady Bulldogs have 6 outs left unless they can manufacture some runs. See some umbrellas or an umbrella from here in the bleachers. I don't know if that's for rain or fashion. Probably rain. And it appears we will have a change in the pitching department for the Lady Tigers. Looks like Zoe Lewis is out there getting ready. His arms in line for the win. She has a massive cushion, but yes, her defense was on point tonight. Her team defense. Her strikeouts were good. That was a great performance. I know her team helped her out so much they gave her that platform, but she was good for it. Even if it had been a close game, she would have been on good form tonight. Lewis she's pitched a lot this season too. Really, Lady Tigers go with two pitchers in their rotation. Excuse me. Looks like spirits are high, and it's
For the Lady Bulldogs will be number 2, Kinley Smith.
here's Kinley Smith. She flew out in her first at bat. Oh, that, initially thought that could be something, but it just kind of a. That was an interaction. Third base coach asked her, "Did that hurt?" And she nodded, and he said, "Good, hit it fair." Let's see if that motivation works. Well, Smith is definitely hope she gets a hit. I've heard from voices on high that the rain is close. Oh, what a snag by Mitchum. The throw in time.
Route number 1 for the Lady Tigers. Coming up to the plate, number 55, Briley Varney.
Riley Varney in at the plate. If it does begin to rain, and we've made it past, I need to look at the rule book. There was a rule book down there. Should have grabbed it. Surely, at this point, you would just call it. Ooh, that was very close to being a double for Varney if she leg it out. Okay, we got the ball back to Lewis. Getting the call. 3 something. I don't know. A lot of numbers. Throw a strike. 1-1. 1 out. 12-1 the score. If you're still with us, thank you for watching. Lady Tigers in line for a nice win, but they got to get it done. Got to finish the job. Lewis with the good delivery gets the count to 1-2. Two now. As Lewis looks to cash in a strikeout token. It's ground, fouled off into the ground. Excuse me. Sorry, clearing my throat here. Lewis looking to strike out. Now the count is full. There's one out. comes the payoff pitch. 3-2 on the way. Ball 4 to Varney. She's on.
Ball 4, runner goes to first, up to the plate. Number 15, Kylie Weems.
Here's Weems. She struck out looking in her first at bat. Struck out looking. Oh, that pitch was in the glove before she started the swing. So that's still a strike. Might have been over anyway, but. One. Lewis looking to settle in to a rhythm. One, two now. Could be a good time to pick up the second out. Is there ever a bad time to record an out? I say no. We're up here. Weems struck out looking in her first at bat. Struck out swinging in her second at bat.
Coming up to the plate, number 1, Gigi Gregory.
Here's Gregory. She struck out swinging in her first at bat. Different pitcher, but Lewis has shown she's got the arm to record the outs. 2 of them. Bunt shown. And I like that from third base coach. Positive reinforcement. That's also, I believe, the head coach. Oh, that's fair ball, but fielded.
Round number 3. Bottom of the 4th.
Headed to the bottom of the 4th inning. 12-1. If the Lady Tigers were to plate 4, I think that would just about do it. And they've done that in 2 of their 3 chances at this game. I think if that was going to be the case, I think every fan here wouldn't mind if the game's going to end with a Lady Tiger victory. Let's do it before we all get soaking wet. Maybe even save the dirt, because I believe there's a home game tomorrow. Get the tarp on before the rain. And rolling that tarp, that's always a potentially comical act, because it takes coordination, and usually it's done when it could be wet, and so it's slick, and you might see some people fall. So if the tarp is rolled while we are still on air, I'll leave the camera running just to see. Maybe see some tarp tumbles. The lights are on, so don't worry if the sun begins to go down as we cross into just about 6:25 local time. We've got you covered. You'll see it all here on the Breck Live YouTube channel. Lady Tigers in a commanding position. Just able to definitely not relax in the sense of give up their intensity, but when you got such a big lead, there's less pressure for sure. Zoe Lewis, she grounded out in her last plate appearance. But she also has a single tonight. Right down the third base line, hopped over the bag. Drove in 2 on that. right off the end of the bat. Of course, if it really rains a lot and floods the field, you might need the sloop John B. Oh, ouch. That was off the leg. Second time we've seen that tonight. Mallory Lucas did that earlier, if you remember. You never know. We might have some impromptu Break Live trivia. Which batters fouled off their own foot in this game? We had to, of course, disable our comments for some internet trolls. It's a shame. Oh, there's nothing shameful about that. Lewis hits that. He goes over center field's head. She's going to take two. She's going to stop with a double standing up. Good shot.
Next up to the plate, number 7, Peyton Kennedy.
Kennedy coming up. She has walked. She has been hit. She wants a hit right now. Who wouldn't? I believe that's Ridenour coming back out. Is it? Caitlin Carvey. My vision is notoriously poor. I thought I saw an 8. Is that a 9? Oh, that's a hit. We might see Carvey at the plate. Coach is waving her around. There's no throw, so no real.
Caitlin Carvey in the score.
Yeah, number 9. I saw an 8 coming out of the dugout. Well, that's a.
Coming up to the plate, number 25.
Yeah, it's probably your ideal courtesy runner scenario. You come out, one pitch, you're home. It's good stuff. As Kennedy got the hit she was looking for, an RBI single. Kendall Carvey had a triple in her last at-bat. That's over the head. Kennedy was going anyway on that one. And we have seen a change in catcher. It must be noted. Hopefully, she was all right. 2-0. Whoa, that's high in the air to left field. Foul territory, not able to secure it. Hey, earlier in the game, Ava Arms at the plate, had a chance to catch a foul ball to get her out, dropped it, hit the next pitch. I'm telling you, it happens. Watch out, base hit alert. If you bet your mortgage last time, you got 2 houses now. That might drop. Oh. It was held. Oh, dear. But safe at third. So
But the runner is safe at third. Up to the plate, number 10, Carly Pike.
hopefully you didn't bet your 2 homes because now, but she still's put it in play. But I can't save that one. Carly, that is high. We might see some, that time center field able to make the catch. It's only 2 outs, though. It's only 2 outs. She was headed for the dugout.
Up to the plate, number 13, Marianne Coleman.
Coleman, she walked in her last at-bat. Kennedy wants to score. Who wouldn't? Whoa, here comes Kennedy. She'll stand up and score.
Kennedy walks in for run number 14 for the Tigers.
14-1. That is a walk for Coleman.
Josie Mitchum.
Mitchum's up. She has put the ball in play every time. once to reach, twice. There goes Coleman. No throw. You know, we're in walk-off home run territory. If she puts it over the fence, this game's over. It's in the air, center field under it, catches it.
Foul number 3. But now before the Lady Tigers put 2 on the board.
It's 14-1. So now John Hardin has this inning, half inning, to score 4, or it's over. You might be saying the Lady Tiger victory. It seems the more we talk about it, it only makes it worse to live without it. But let's talk about it. Little meeting at the mound, high fives all around. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's do this. Let's go home. Rain's coming. Maybe.
Start things off for the Lady Bulldogs will be number 10, Sophia Alvia.
Here is Sophia Alvia. She struck out looking in her first at bat. The message, throw a strike. Get the out. Alvia with that unorthodox batting stance, the vertical bat. Pitch on the way. 2-0. She was up in the count in her first at bat, only to strike out. Now, we heard coach 3-0, take it. Will she defy the order? That is some drama we have to see unfold. And then what would be the fallout if she did? Will we find out? No. Kind of wish we had, just to see.
Runner in first, coming up to the plate, number 21.
For John Hardin, stepping in to bat is number 21 on the roster.
Number 21, Abby Lewis at the plate.
Abby Lewis. As the Lady Bulldogs looking to put a rally together to extend the game. Two strikes, 0-2. Pitch on the way, 0-2. Strike 3 called. As Lewis sits down. Okay.
To the plate, number 12, Lily Wiley.
Lily Wiley has had 3 different wardrobes. First, the pullover. Second, the sleeves rolled up. Now, the sleeves are down. These are the things that we bring you in your living room. We will find out what 1-1-2 means. Is it A, hit and run, B, sack bunt, C, who knows? I go C. I look like hit and run is on. I should have gone with A. And she's safe. Oh, trust your instincts. I thought about it.
Runners safe at first. Runners now at first and second. Coming up to the plate, number 33, Patricia Gregory. 1 out.
Now, if we hear 1-1-2 shouted again, hey, be ready for that hit and run. Here's Gregory. She singled in her last at bat. That was fouled towards the bullpen. As Zoe Lewis looks to deliver to get out of this game. That's in the air. Kaylee Pike's tracking it. Nice catch in left field. And the throw keeps the runner at second. Nice defense from Kaylee out there. As that ball was, she had to retreat to get that, and she caught it on the move, running away from the infield. It's harder than it looks, but she made it look routine, and we are down to the wire. It's a swing and strike Cheney in there. She tonight grounded out and struck out. It's been a comprehensive display of pitching and defense from the home team to create this cushion. But that is a shot. Oh, it skips off the wet surface and gets by Carly Pike. It's going to score 2. Cheney's headed for third. Going to stand up there. Little knuckles from coach.
2-run score, runner in at third. Coming up to the plate, number 2, Kinley Smith. 2 outs.
Kinley Smith, 2 outs. She's flown out. She's grounded out. Will she reach? Will she strike out? Will she get a hit? If she gets a hit, it's going to cut the lead to 10. Ball 1. One oh the count. It's on the ground. Could this be the game? The throw. It's there. I believe that's going to do it. It should anyway. Should it not? 10 runs, 5th inning. Looks like it as the
That's our ball game, ladies and gentlemen.
Lady Tigers are walking down the line.
Everyone, please be safe. Hitting home.
We have
Thank you so much for coming out to the Lady
defeated the
Tigers
rain.
for tonight's contest against John Hardin.
The Lady Tigers win against the Lady Bulldogs in a matchup that they wanted to have. They've got it. They're looking to carry some momentum into tomorrow night. It might be time to get the tarp on the dirt. Tarp it. Maybe not. Who knows? But since they're not looking like they're making any quick movements towards the tarp, we will end it there. As we thank you. Thank you for staying with us. If you've been with us all night, you got to see a comprehensive victory by the home team. Lots of outstanding pitching, hitting, fielding, and that's going to do it. So appreciate your watching, and we'll see you the next time we cross paths.